I met Jessica in 2011. I recognized this really bright, energetic, amazing person who maybe didn't think that she was bright, energetic, or amazing. One day I asked her what her education plans were. She didn't really have an answer. Then she kind of came up with a lame answer, which was, it's just going to take too long. And I told her at that moment, time is going to pass no matter what, so you might as well just do it.
I think one of the most important roles we have at the College of Western Idaho is to invite students to believe in themselves. I think sometimes, just as human beings, we see the possibilities in others before they even see it in themselves.
I was a student that got a work-study job in the chemistry department and the biology department as well. They kind of went together at that time. So I asked if they had an extra book that I could borrow. Within minutes, the department head had replied and said, sure, go ahead.
I had a great story recently with Catrice Hadaway. She had a cover letter that was so good that a Fortune 100 company that no University of Idaho student had ever gotten an internship at passed around the cover letter that she wrote and said how great it was. And she gave me credit for that.
Matt Shear was my mentor. He invited me to his home. He invited me into his life, and he opened the door just to learn more about me as a person, which honestly I didn't really get that often.
My inspiration came from my journalism advisor, Mark Schledorn. He saw a very shy and self-conscious kid, and he groomed me into the newspaper editor for my high school newspaper when I would have never taken on a leadership role otherwise.
I think the person that invited me to think for myself and be creative was my 9th grade English instructor, Dan Fuchs. Dan helped me in my career now to help students that I work with in the high school setting translate what they're doing to the successes that they may not have envisioned but now do.
And that was Mr. George Blitz, and he became one of the most inspirational instructors I've ever had. And he kind of took us under his wing, more than just saying, you're doing great, you know, here's some ideas to do better. He actually ended up steering my career.
I had always wanted to go back to graduate school, but I didn't have the courage. After years of teaching in basic skills education, I saw these students doing exactly what I was afraid to do. Especially after I had one student, her name is Teresa. I found myself encouraging her to go on to college, and that made me realize that maybe I ought to follow their example.
Along the way, when you're dealing with student after student after student, you hope that you are able to make a difference and help them believe in themselves, and you can help them become as awesome as they can be.
Instructors and department heads that barely even knew me cared enough and trusted me enough with the simple thing as a textbook. Because somebody believed in me, that made a big difference.
Matt, he taught me that I was worth it, that I was enough, that personally I could do more for my life than what I believed I could.
I had no idea that those words would inspire her to go on and do what she's done. The thing that she needs to remember, though, is that she's the one that did it. She's the one that took her intelligence and her talent and her energy and finished it. And that's what's so great about being at a community college, is helping people realize what they can do.